moral
so
or
how
immoral.
should Israel respond?
I've told you, end the occupation. You don't want to talk about the occupation, Piers. You don't want to talk about the 500 dead. I'm telling you, that's the root cause. Israel wants to do everything except what every smart person is telling them to do. Even members of their own security establishment are telling them to do. End the occupation. And then see what happens.
You say
nobody's waking up in the morning saying we want to kill Israel for no reason.
You say, Mehdi, all roads lead to the occupation.
Yes.
Okay? Israel would say all roads lead to Iran.
Something massive just happened on Piers Morgan's show, and it's exposing how media justifies violence when it suits their narrative. Mehdi Hasan called out Piers' hypocrisy in real time, and his slip, Alley of the West, says everything you need to know about double standards in media coverage. Let's break this down.
Who cares what Israel says? They've lied for the last year. They've lied for 30
cares what they say?
Yeah, do you care what Russia says?
No.
This is what I'm saying. You're inconsistent. The
Israel's
occupier and the invader doesn't... I don't care
it's not a barbaric
So if you're a liberal
dictatorship.
democracy... First of all, they're not a liberal democracy. And second of all...
Well, they are.
No, they're not. They're an ethnocracy. But even if they were a liberal democracy, you don't get to invade other people's land. That's not an excuse. Piers, you sound like you're justifying an illegal military occupation here.
No, I'm not.
You just did. You said they're a liberal democracy. Sounds like you're justifying occupation.
You're extrapolating two things together. Why?
I said it's an occupation. You said, but they're a liberal democracy. Sounds like a justification.
So I think they are perfect.
Hold up, mate. Mehdi isn't letting Piers get away with using liberal democracy as an excuse for occupation. Notice how this phrase is always trotted out to justify war crimes by certain countries. Mehdi's point, a democracy doesn't get a free pass for leveling entire cities. This is the kind of double standard that needs to end. Hell no to this kind of justification.
Entitled to go after Hamas. What they're not entitled to do, in my estimation, is to level the whole of Gaza to the ground in the way they've been doing. Nor can they move vast numbers of Palestinian civilians to specific areas.
Those are war crimes.
And then bomb those areas as well.
And those are war crimes,
So on those,
yes?
on those
And
things
those
we
are war
agree.
crimes, yes?
Probably, yeah.
And what about in Lebanon?
In Lebanon,
They've killed 500 people.
there is, to me, a big difference.
50 children.
I'm about to answer you. I think there is a big difference between what they did in the targeting of the pages and what they did with the airstrikes, which were far more indiscriminate and killed far more civilians.
I mean,
and my question for Netanyahu, if he would dare to do an interview with me, which he now won't, but if he did, I would say, what are you trying to achieve here? Because it seems to me you're just leveling Gaza, killing tens of thousands of people in the process.
Trying to stay in office.
You're never going to finish off Hamas completely. You're certainly not doing anything but, in my view, fueling their ideology. And you have no plan for what happens in Gaza afterwards.
Agreed.
And you have a bunch of right-wing nut jobs in your
We finally
cabinet
agree.
who actually do speak in quite a genocidal way. All of that I agree
They
with.
are about Lebanon too, by the way. You know that, right? They're speaking about Lebanon in a genocidal way too.
I think there are people there who just want total war with everything to do with Palestinians.
But don't you think someone like you with
Hezbollah.
your huge platform should be calling that out consistently?
I do, but I also
No,
think...
you just gave me a whole thing. Iran backs Hamas, Hezbollah, terrorism. That just sounds like an Israeli narrative.
You take one side completely.
Just like you do in Ukraine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm consistent. I take the side of the Ukrainian people under occupation and the Palestinian people under occupation. I'm consistent.
No, you're not. They're totally different situations.
You have to say that because you're not consistent.
And you have to say what you say.
No, but I literally described it. 2 people's under foreign occupation, 2 people's having their hospitals bombed, 2 people's having their kids killed, 2 people facing governments that say genocidal stuff. Yeah, I'm consistent.
One is a democracy and an ally of the
Says
West.
you.
Boom! This is the moment Piers' whole argument falls apart when he says Alley of the West. It's it's not just a slip. It's a confession. If you're our ally, the rules get bent. Mehdi pounces on this and asks the tough question, why does being an ally make war crimes more acceptable? This is how the media protects power, by reframing violence as defense. Not today.
And one is not.
Oh, ally of the West. What little slip in there? What's that got to do with anything? So allies of the West get to be genocidal?
No.
Why did you say ally of the West? Why
I don't believe what they're doing in
So
Gaza.
if Russia was an ally of the West, they could
hang
kill
on.
people in Ukraine?
I don't believe what
Wow.
they're doing in Gaza is genocide. You do, I don't.
Well,
genocide is the complete...
Put genocide to one side.
destruction of
Whether we
people.
agree or not on genocide, and it is genocidal.
It's not
You just
genocide.
said they're your ally of the West. Why is that relevant?
I think it's important that you support...
So if you're an
allies.
ally of the West, you get to kill kids?
No.
Mehdi's question lands like a punch. And look at Piers, he's scrambling. This isn't just about semantics. It's about exposing how the media humanizes some aggressors while demonizing others. The takeaway here, being an ally shouldn't give anyone a free pass for killing civilians. This hypocrisy is systemic, and Mehdi's not letting it slide.
You get
So
support.
why is it relevant?
You support.
You're making my point for me, Piers. I'm consistent. I don't care whether you're an ally of the West or an enemy of the West.
Fine.
I care about what you do.
Yes.
And Russia and Israel both committing war crimes, both saying genocidal
Yes,
stuff.
but Mehdi, here's my point. You are so blindly anti-Israel that you frame everything.
I could say the same thing to you about Russia.
I'm very blindly against Russia.
Okay, then so again, so you're inconsistent. I'm consistent. I'm blindly anti-occupying Russia that occupies Ukraine, and I'm blindly anti an Israel that occupies Gaza. By the way, another.
What this debate revealed is bigger than just Piers Morgan and Mehdi Hasan. It's about how media systems justify violence when it serves their interests. That ally of the West slip wasn't an accident. It's a pattern. If you're tired of seeing these double standards play out, smash that subscribe button. Stay critical, stay sharp, and peace out.